Good afternoon, this is Rich Nelson with Allendale, covering the wrap-up commodity comments here for Tuesday. This is March 16th, 2010. Key issues as far as the outside markets, the fact that the Fed did say they're going to keep their interest rates at a low, at these almost zero rates for an extended period of time, and their interest rates for overnight loans to other banks running 0 to 0.25% is their target range right now. We can note that crude finished up about $1.95, and ethanol futures finished up about a half cent. So a little support coming from these outside markets pushing into grains. Over on the grains, the key topic of conversation here about midday was the fact that NOAA came out with actually more of a flood advisory for the Midwest for spring. Their exact words I have written down here were historic flooding this spring. So very key interest point that certainly is being talked about in the grain floor right now. Also, as a separate story, we can point out that the Red River, which if you don't know is one of the main rivers running through North Dakota and actually goes into Canada, they in fact have risen, that river has risen 3 feet since Monday. Puts a total gain of 10 feet in just the past 3 days. So very key point there. The fact that I have their current stage right now, 28 feet for this river. Flood stage is considered 30, and they're not talking of this thing stopping until maybe 34, 35, which is the point where sandbagging and whatnot is required for the cities of Fargo and some of the other towns in the area. So keep in mind, NOAA said we've got historic flooding coming this spring. Second issue, we've got confirmation. In fact, the Red River in the far northwest Corn Belt is at almost near flood stage right now. So those certainly provided some support here for grains. Corn finished up 3.5, beans up 15, and I had the wheat finishing up 7 3/4. For specific news on the corn, for instance, not a whole lot of corn-only news. We did see South Korea purchase about 55,000 tons of optional origin corn here. That was overnight. On the bean side, we've got two other points we can look at for South America, which also help beans. First one is loading delays over in Brazil. Second issue is this talk about a potential strike, maybe in the next couple of weeks, for Argentina. Keep in mind with those inflation rates, their prices in the domestic market are running as much as, in fact, this morning we said up to 18% higher. We've even heard some inflation talk here this morning up to 20% higher. So 20% inflation in Argentina. The workers are saying, you know what, to get this job done, we want some more money to pay our bills. So that's another point here of supporting the beans as far as today. Over in livestock, we can note that cattle finished down 10 cents. These are, at one point during today, we did touch new contract highs, but we settled, as I said, just unchanged almost for the most part. Key thing with the cattle and feed numbers came out here today. Allendale released ours. The Newswire should release some average guesses, maybe tomorrow, but certainly by Thursday morning. Our estimates, we think that placements during February dropped about 3.4%. Main reason is due to the weather we had back in February. We will point out that corn dropped significantly, 23 cents during the month of February. Second, also important factor, live cattle prices were rallying here during February. So we are expecting that weather was the main point here, main driver of lower placements. But keep in mind, we may be surprised because lower corn and higher cattle may have snuck a few extra cattle to those feedlots here. On the marketing side, up 2.1% is what we expect. The main point we have is cattle and feed dropping to 7-year lows for March 1st. I should say as of March 1st at 96.5. Over on the hog side, down 5 cents was today's trade. That's not settlement yet. That's the last trade. Cash hogs dropping again. I have this morning's Iowa and Minnesota run down 67 cents. So still some lower trade pressuring the cash hogs, and also for the most part cash pork as well. We will note that summer contracts finished a little higher. There's some talk that maybe the Chinese government is going to do something to prop up some pork prices here, and that won't lead to immediate price gains here in the U.S. or orders, but maybe by the summer it will. So key things we have going on here at Allendale. Cattle and feed was out today. Get a hold of those numbers and also see our commentary on that report. Second issue here is just out on Friday. Just a few days from now, we have this acreage survey. So each year we do this annual acreage survey. We finished up taking any new numbers here. So we've got all of our surveys in hand. In fact, at this point, without looking in previous history, I'm going to guess that this is going to be one of the largest surveys we've taken in history. So, like I said, I haven't got that confirmed yet, but it certainly looks like a very large sample and possibly even record numbers. So we thank you guys very much for helping us out with this acreage survey. Like I said, numbers will be out Friday, released to the public, and also certainly to survey participants before anybody else. Thanks a lot for helping out, guys, and keep watching for that. This is Rich Nelson. If you have any questions here at Allendale regarding trading, marketing information, or just in general market news, please feel free to give us a call, 1-800-262-7538. Have a great day and a great trading week.